Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Shed. It's the Trish, otherwise known as Rachel Gerlach. I am the founder and owner of Nutrition Works, and I am so excited that you are joining us for The Shed. This is going to be an amazing 30 days that we're going to spend together detoxing, understanding habits, behaviors, breaking cravings, really resetting how we show up in our relationship with food, and really teaching you how to set the goals properly and really work toward them through mindset coaching. So we're detoxifying your body and we're supporting your mind through the coaching psychology. So I wanted you to have this video because tomorrow is day one of the shed, and many of you are wondering, what exactly are we going to do? So here is what we're going to do. One, I need you to read through the manual, at least the prep work and week one. That's going to give you all of the information about what to do and when. So as a heads up, next week we start supplements and shakes, and that is going to be on the calendar. So you want to make sure, if anything, just print out that calendar and have that somewhere that's visible to you, or many people will just take it and download it and enter all of the Zoom meeting calls and the Q&As onto their personal calendars so they have the reminders. Don't worry, we're going to send you reminders for those calls as well. But really, that calendar is your guide about when to do what supplements to take when we're going to up our shakes. We'll start with 1 scoop, we'll go to 4 scoops per day. So really paying attention and using that as your guide. So tomorrow, what's going to happen is you're going to choose one or all of the following to pause on. And I don't like to say eliminate, because our brain is tricky, and you're going to hear me talk about our brain a lot and how we're going to manage it and how we're going to boss it around so that way we get what we want from this program and in life. So I say I'm pausing because I may not choose to completely keep these certain foods or food groups or alcohol, caffeine out of my system. I'm definitely going to do it for the shed, but I'm probably not going to do it for the long haul unless I really feel like that is something that I need to do. And that is part of the shed, is I'm going to help you figure out what you need to do for your body and your health and your well-being, regardless of any program that's out there, including mine, right? The shed is different. We are redefining cleansing because I am tired of people, just myself included, right, getting very confused over certain protocols, if you will, right? The keto, the low carb, high fat, the Whole30. And what happens is we just follow the program. We read, we're like, we're supposed to do this, I'm going to do that. And we don't even tune into what's going on for ourselves. So that's why the shed's going to be different, is because you're going to learn what your body wants and needs or doesn't want and need. Okay, so I kind of went on the tangent of what to do tomorrow, which you'll see I do on occasion, because there's so much information I want you to have. But tomorrow, you are going to pause on, again, one or all or somewhere in between of dairy, gluten, sugar, alcohol, caffeine. So for example, yesterday, I hit the stop button on alcohol. Today, I'm having my last cup of caffeinated coffee. I'm going to not have any coffee on this time, not even decaf. So caffeine this is it for me. I have my last cup and I'm enjoying every single sip of it. And then I'm going to be prepared how to manage withdrawal symptoms should I have them. Sugar ends today. Tomorrow, dairy ends for me today, and I'm going all in right from the beginning, but I've been cleansing for 12 years. So if this is new to you, I highly recommend that you take it slow. There is nothing that says, I don't care what manual, mine or Zymogen's, that you're going to get in the kit. I want you to figure out what's going to work best for you so that you're successful in this journey. So really think about that, and the worksheets in the prep overview are going to help you identify what you want to get from this program, how you want to show up for it, what you want to accomplish. And that really means taking a hard look at what is going to be best for you. I mean, it may not be best for you in one day to eliminate all of those. You can always try. I'm not saying don't try, but I'm saying really look at it and like tune in here and figure out, what do you actually want to achieve from this? How do you want to feel through it? What do you want to learn from it? What do you want to get at the end? And then choose which one of those that you want to eliminate. Okay, so again, dairy, wheat, alcohol, caffeine, sugar. Over this weekend, I want you to choose at least one to pause on. Okay, also for this weekend, I'm going to ask that you take pictures. I know, I hear you all, you don't want to take the pictures, but do it, I promise you. When you see the before and afters, and granted, 30 days isn't a ton of time for your body to shift, but what you'll see most is how your skin looks and your inflammation. So puffiness, right? I'm going to do it too. I'm shedding with you. I'm doing everything that I'm going to ask all of you to do. So take your pictures, front, side, back, and really what's going to give you a clear picture of how your body is responding to this is your face. Okay, so take off any makeup, just nice and natural, close up, take a picture of that face before and after. Second, we want you to take your measurements, because sometimes the scale sucks. I say this all the time. I hate the scale, but it's one guide, and I understand that many people use it as a guide for weight loss. But here's what I'm going to tell you. That scale may not move the way you want it to, but your measurements are going to. Okay, so that's going to really give you an indication of how much inflammation that you're reducing. Not necessarily, you're not really going to know your fat loss unless you like do a underwater weighing, or if you have the handhelds and you can do bioelectrical impedance, but it's going to give you your inflammation. And so you're going to see your body shrink throughout this process. So measurements is number 2, super important. I love to do them in the beginning, and I love to do them right at the end. That way I have a good guide. 3, if you want to do a weigh-in and it's not going to trigger anything for you, I do say go for it. But this is what I'm going to tell you. This scale does not get to dictate how you show up for yourself and how you treat yourself, right? Because I know there's plenty of days that I will wake up and I'll be like, God, I feel really good. And then I've gotten on the scale and I'm like, what is going on? And it totally negates how good I was feeling. And then it can get in my head, myself and a lot of my clients, and it will determine how I eat, how I show up for myself, what I'm thinking about. And that's not energy that I want to spend throughout my day, is thinking about how much I weigh. That is completely useless to me. Okay, so the scale is going to fluctuate. You can do it again if it doesn't trigger anything for you. It can be a nice guide to determine at the end, to determine if you're having some type of inflammatory reaction. So at the end of the shed, when you start to reintroduce foods, and we'll talk about this later, but you start to reintroduce foods, a good way to determine is, are you having inflammatory responses? Let's say you are, I'm just going to throw a number, 170 pounds one day, and then you have dairy, and then you wake up the next morning and you're 175 pounds. So that's water weight that your body is pooling to reduce inflammation. So it's a really good way, if you haven't done a dietary antigen test or a food allergy test, to determine if your body is not responding well to certain foods. Okay, so measurements, pictures, weigh-in, worksheets. Okay, so this is the big piece for me and for all of you, is to actually do the worksheets. That is what's going to help hold you accountable in between our coaching sessions. So our Monday coaching and our Thursday Q&A, we want you to be engaged in the process and really tapping into what's going on here, and those worksheets are going to help guide you there. Okay, so you've got prep worksheets, and then every single week we're going to have worksheets that correlate to a specific topic that we are having you work on. I'm having you work on. Okay, so really do them. You don't have to print off the manual. It's 178 pages. I mean, I'm going to, because I love to have that there and I need it here to coach with you. But everything should be fillable online, and you can do it all right there. That way you have it forever. You don't have to lose it. You don't have to spend the money on the ink or the printing. Okay, so do the worksheets, do the survey, because you really, when you go through something, as we know, right, we start off feeling a certain way and we get to the end and we're like, I don't know. But then once we really reflect back and we have some data to reflect back on, then we see, oh my God, I guess there was a ton of change. Well done, I did this. Okay, so prep worksheets is number 4. This is really important. Decide ahead of time not to complain during this process. So I recently took a course. It's a year-long course, and that's the first thing they said, because we're working on mindset, and we know that whatever we tell ourselves, we're going to do, or we're going to feel, or we're going to believe. So they said, decide ahead of time to not complain. And at first I was a bit taken back, and I was like, why not? What's the alternative? Like, complain about it the whole time, right? Piss and moan? Like, what does that get me? It doesn't get me connected to the process. It doesn't get me feeling good. That doesn't motivate me to go through this. Excuse my notification up there. So decide ahead of time, you're not going to complain. You're going to show up for yourself. You're going to do the work wherever you decide to be in the process. You're going to commit to your goals, and every single day you're going to reset and you're going to go back in even when it gets tough. And I'll help you manage when it gets tough, because it's going to get tough, but it's just your brain. It's just our thought process. Some people do things and they're like, that was nothing, right? And other people are going to do this and it's going to be the hardest thing that they've ever done. So you're not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. I may put out there that I need some help and I need some motivation and accountability, but I'm not going to complain. I'm signing up for this. I love this. I'm going to choose this. All right. Grocery shop. Okay, so you've got your week 1, you've got your menu, you've got your grocery list. Go out there, get it done. I know that the weekend is more busy than other days. Just do it. And if you really hate going to the grocery store, Instacart that, right? Don't even think about it. Just order it online, have it delivered. But you got to get prepared, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to start this process and you're going to look in your refrigerator or your pantry, hopefully your refrigerator, because we're going to take out processed foods, and you're going to say, oh my God, I don't have any food and I'm starving. And then you're going to reach for something quick and easy. And quick and easy is usually processed food. So do the due diligence, buy the food, prepare to spend the money on it. Like, this is an investment in yourself. Obviously, we recommend organic, and we also know that not everybody can financially be there, myself included. So you do the best you can with your food choices, and you stock up, you cut your veggies, you wash them, you prep them, you put them in your glass Pyrex or however you're going to store them in the refrigerator. Everything is ready to go. Hard-boiled eggs, don't leave them in the shell. There's your tip, right? Boil them, peel them right away. It's easier to peel them, then put them in the refrigerator, because I'm telling you, when you're hungry and you're annoyed and your body is craving food, you're not going to want to spend the time to peel the egg. As silly as that sounds, but it's true. So really get ready. And so Monday, even over this weekend, right, you're going to start, you're picking something. So to get rid of the milk, if you're not doing dairy, get rid of the milk and cheese, or you put it somewhere else that it's not super visible to you if the rest of your family is going to consume them. Okay, so prep. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, if you do not like cooking, if this feels too overwhelming for you to make some of these recipes, and you don't have to follow the recipes to a T, right? Some of you want to get creative and you want to go outside of those recipes. That's fine, as long as you're within your guidelines of the cleanse. But if you don't want to do that, we do have a woman who is doing the shed with us. I've been working with her for 6 years. Her name is Jennifer Reddies. She owns Little Pink Kitchen. It is a meal delivery service. It's local, organic. She has our shed recipes and menu, and she will make your food for the week according to what week of the shed we're on and what we're taking a pause on. So Little Pink Kitchen, she has availability. She would love to work with you through this process. And like I said, she's doing it too. So she's in it and she knows what to expect and how to support you through this. So that is an option for you as well. All right, so I think that covers this weekend, right? So you're gonna get prepared, you do your grocery shopping. Preparing doesn't mean just getting the groceries, it means chopping up all the veggies and like having it in the refrigerator ready to go. You do your worksheets, your measurements, your pictures. Add all of the calls to your schedule, to your calendar. Block the time and hold that commitment just like you would a meeting at work. Super important to show up for yourself. This is part of the process of change. Is one, giving yourself the time, two, not rescheduling yourself, and three, showing up. Just as you would, right? Well, if you have kids, we pick up our kids, we block it off, right? Like, I know it's on my calendar all year, except for obviously summer, and it's not a negotiation. It just is. Like, I'm not gonna say, oh, hey, sorry, Lila, I didn't feel like picking you up this afternoon because, well, something else came up. Like, so show up for yourself like you would for your children and like most of us do for our career. All right, we're gonna move on to the manual. So we've had questions on the Zymogen manual. So when you get your kits, if you've not already received them, inside is their cleanse manual. We will not be using that. It is a guide to explain cleansing, and we're going to use it as a guide to look at the foods that you may want to pause on and you may want to keep. That's all it is, okay? So don't get that confused with the Nutrition Works manual that I've emailed all of you. Please follow that one. Use the Zymogen one as supplementation. If you're questioning like, ooh, you didn't talk about sweeteners. Can I have sweeteners? Refer to the Zymogen manual, or even better, put it on the Facebook group, okay? The Facebook group is a great place to post your questions, because if you have a question, I'm sure many others do, and that way I can respond to it and reach all of you versus sending me an email. So I'm gonna ask you this, please. Unless it's a dire emergency and you absolutely need to have a private conversation with me, please put all of your questions, your thoughts, your ideas on the Facebook group. That way, I'm not inundated with emails because, well, as I said, most of you have the same question. And two, everybody gets their questions answered, right? So they're all gonna come up. So please post them on the Facebook. That is my ask of you. Speaking of Facebook, okay, no shaming, no ridiculing, no political posts, right? Like, so keep it about the shed, keep it about health and wellness, keep it positive, because the alternative is yucky and it's optional and we don't need it. So be supportive of each other. If you're doing something and you're like, God, this is awesome, this is working really well, post it, share it with us, right? This is part of the community. Energetically, we are all in this together. So use each other, even if you don't know each other, right? Use each other to lift each other up, to support each other, to learn from each other, and put it on the Facebook post. Please, that's my ask of you. All right. Monday. Okay, so Monday, 5:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is our first coaching call. Now, to give you a heads up of what that looks like is, one, everybody will be muted. So you will all be participants. You absolutely can post Q&As, right? And I will be watching those throughout the coaching session. The first part of the video or our call together, and it is live, is going to be me coaching you on the worksheets in week 1. Okay, I need to have an educational piece of this, and so I'm going to coach on it, and then we are going to open it up for questions and for individuals to be coached upon. So we're going to talk about what's called our model, which is you have a circumstance in life which you have thoughts about. Those thoughts create a feeling within your body. Feelings drive our actions, and our results are nothing more than a series of our actions. So how can we really get our thoughts to drive us in the right direction, right? So we're going to talk a lot about the brain, this model, because you're going to need to really manage your mind through the next 30 days. So we're going to coach for a good portion of it. I'm going to say 35, 40 minutes. We're going to open it up. I will coach one of you on what's going on for you during the process. And then obviously we always open it up at the end for Q&A. Thursday's call is also at 5:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And that is going to start with Q&A. So this is where you just start sending your questions if you've not put them on Facebook and they haven't been answered. So we're going to address all the questions. We're going to look at what's coming up the following week in week 2. And then when we have time, I'm going to bring more people on to be coached. It's really important to be coached, to put yourself out there. We need live interactive people so I can really show real time of what's going on. And you will learn by watching somebody be coached. You will learn so much about yourself. So please, I ask of you to really, really set aside time to be present, to jump on these calls, to be engaged. Make sure that you're muted, right? So we're not getting feedback. And if you can't, please know that they are all recorded and you will receive a link and you can watch them on your own time, anytime you want. These videos, the manual, everything that you get in the shed, you will have access to forever. Like you just get to keep it, and you can recreate the shed every single year, every quarter, however long, or whatever your frequency is for cleansing. Okay, so let me think here. Is there anything else that we need to go over for this weekend? Really, no drama. It's not a big deal, right? This weekend is just getting ready, just getting your head like, oh, it's here. I can't wait. Excuse me. I can't wait. I'm so ready to feel energetic and challenge myself and try something new and get rid of these cravings and lose some weight. So get ready, do the work, show up, decide ahead of time not to complain, decide ahead of time that you're all in, right? The full 30 days, everything that you've got, and that you're just not going to quit, right? If you tell your mind that's your result, right? It's going to create a completely different feeling for you, and it's going to get completely different actions and results. So I hope this was beneficial for you. If you have any questions, please put them on the Facebook group. I will answer them every single day throughout the day as quickly as I possibly can. I am so grateful that all of you have signed up, that you have trusted me with your health. You've trusted me in this process. We are going to have fun. We're going to feel good. We're going to change the way people cleanse and their perception of cleansing. And we are all going to support each other and be there for each other in this journey. So thank you so much. I can't wait to talk to you again on Monday. Remember, 5:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will see you on then. Have a great weekend.